I mean, it was this time, so roughly this time yesterday, we were feeling pretty down about the state of the nation, the direction that this government is taking us in. A fog of confusion and uncertainty had enveloped this once great land. We needed answers. Fortunately, and boy are we lucky here in the UK, Rachel Reeves pitched up with a rip-roaring speech to inject some real-time confidence and zest into the public psyche. And while cynics out there might argue that listening to Rachel is about as interesting as watching a litre of Farrow and Ball drying in the rain, I beg to differ. The Chancellor did it. She solved all of our problems. We're all going to be rich. Well done, Rach. Job done. Again, she's good. And only this morning, I was thinking, wouldn't it be great if the Labour government could solve crime with the same levels of unbridled confidence that Rachel has with our economy? And I didn't have to wait long for an answer. Enter the Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper.
Our country has always championed respect and the rule of law, and that is what this Labour Party will always stand up for. The party of law and order, now a government of law and order once more.
Stone the crows! She's only gone and done it. Please leave your cynicism at the door. Cooper has played a blinder. She's going to do what has eluded top criminologists, psychologists, senior cops and previous Home Secretaries. Yvette Cooper is going to solve crime, crack open the bubbly and twerk like a madman. What a day, what a week to be a Brit. Central to her message, of course, was street crime, shoplifting, knife crime, antisocial behaviour. She solved it all in 43 seconds. She's going to halve knife crime in a decade. She's going to ban ninja swords. She's going to make sure the neighbourhood boppy is back on the beat. Hurrah for Yvette Cooper. We can all go home now. Take the rest of the day off. There will be no crime because Yvette has only gone and solved it where Columbo and Batman and Robin couldn't go. Yvette Cooper has finally stepped up to the plate and made sure that our country will be crime-free under her watch. Are you believing a word of this? 0344 499 1000. She kept saying it. They're the party of law and order. Are Labour the party of law and order? Are you looking at the Labour Party and thinking, these are the guys that are going to solve the problem? Look, you'll get no argument from me. It's no good. And I can already hear the half a dozen lefties that might listen to this show going, yeah, but what about life under the Conservatives? It was really bad. And yeah, we know that. I'm not defending that. That isn't the measure by which we will judge success. We will judge success by someone who's actually going to get their finger out and do something about it. I'm just not convinced it's likely to happen. Only yesterday, the head of the Met Police, the biggest police service in the country, was talking about resetting things like stop and search. Every copper knows, every parent of a victim of knife crime knows that more stop and search is what is needed. But due to sensitivities and a curious kind of, you know, I don't like using the word woke because it sort of reverse engineered itself in terms of its impact. But it is a bit of that. That's precisely what's been going on. We don't want to do the stop and search stuff. Look, we've got cameras everywhere, body-worn cameras. We want more stop and search. We want more robust policing. And she's going to solve it. She said, halve knife crime in 10 years? What about 10 days? I reckon we could get something going a little quicker than that if we put our minds to it. 0344 499 1000. If you happen to hear some of that speech, and because I do this for a living, I'm kind of chained down and forced to listen to this stuff. It's only when it happens when we're on air that I can avoid it, like the leader's speech. But we will bring you, of course, we are going to cross live to Liverpool, and we'll bring you the salient points of what Mr Starmer says. But Yvette Cooper was the star of the morning. She's previously been in government. She's quite experienced and constantly in the shadow cabinet as well, or for most of it. That's what she said, that she's going to, you know, she's the party of law, and it's as simple and as straightforward as that. Do you trust the Labour Party to solve crime? Do you think these are the people? Think of it. And it was interesting when she started talking about channel immigration. And she walked into every bear trap that a clueless person would walk into. Firstly, she defined channel migration. The only reference she made to it was a point about women and children coming over on boats. Did you clock that? So, women and children crammed on boats. And, of course, from time to time, there are women and children crammed on boats. We know that. But it's the exception rather than the rule. I think we can all, with a fairly decent amount of intellectual confidence, conclude that isn't really what that story looks like most of the time. Mostly young, fighting fit 23-year-old blokes. But don't let that stand in the way. So that was really her only reference. And then she talked about smashing the gangs as if, like, no one's ever thought of that before. It's stopping what's happening right now that we need. Somebody, you know, down there at Dover going, hey, mate, you with the boat and the 26 people in it? Hop it. Something like that. And I'm simplifying stuff here, but you take the point. There was nothing on that, and yet she's saying we're the party of law and order. Come on. 0344 499 1000 is where you'll find us. I want your comments on all of that. Stop and search, street crime in particular, your own experiences as well of street crime and what the heck happened when you were the victim. Mike Graham's just had his phone nicked. Julia had her handbag nicked. Christo had his eyeliner nicked. I mean, this is the sort of... I'm spotting a sort of a talk trend here. There's a problem, clearly.